the experience has to be optimized at every single touch point, and it doesn't stop there, it just continues. So then from the lead form to how quickly do we call you back, how quickly do we book the test drive, and then your experience conducting the test drive, the bar is being raised when it comes to customer expectation very quickly.
Yeah.
So in terms of these things now, they're a requirement. Electric vehicles require the completely different approach to sell them, to introduce them into the market, and to get people to adopt them. Our website, as they navigate the website and the different tools that we have, that is seamless. And then in terms of interacting with us, in terms of either submitting a lead or calling or WhatsApping us, that is also seamless. The entire website could be tailored to what you like and what you want to see. And then that would follow you across all the different digital touch points. If you're on social media, you would see relevant information.
Yeah.
If you're on the website, again, it would be tailor-made to you.
Good afternoon, Sary.
Good afternoon, Brahim.
Welcome to Below the Fold.
Thank you. Lovely to be here, honestly.
It's really nice to have you. Yeah.
I've been watching your podcast for a while, and the interviews and the people, and I've been wanting to be here and to have this discussion.
I am so glad that I ran into you and we had a discussion.
Actually,
and now we're here. Without further ado, maybe we owe the listeners and viewers a bit of an intro. I mean, we know each other since a while ago. I'm lucky to have known you for, I think, probably over 10 years now.
Yeah.
Easily over 10 years.
I think
potentially 13 or 15.
Since 2010, something
2010.
like that. So it's been almost 15 years, maybe.
Yeah, who would have thought we'll be here today?
No idea. But I'm glad we are.
I'm very glad we are.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're here on a Saturday, enjoying the weekend, having a little bit of a discussion about marketing and automotive, right? Mm-hmm. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about yourself, maybe your role today or your background? What's your expertise, if you like?
So basically, I've been here for 10 years, and I joined PhD when I first came to Dubai as a media planner.
Yeah.
One of the first hybrid media planners back when we were starting to integrate digital and offline together, and did a couple of years there, actually 5 years, and then I moved to the supply side of the business as a media supplier for digital media.
Yeah.
And then now I'm at Volkswagen.
How was your experience working on the supply side from a digital sort of experience or knowledge building, right? We know that on the agency side, you're very much exposed to a lot that's happening, especially on like the big platforms, right? But I feel like there's a lot to learn, right? Also, supply side, or maybe the learning is different. It's more about like client relationships and maybe sales, or how is it, if you're able to describe it, maybe, in a few words?
Between planning and supply?
Yeah.
It was very, I'd say, complementary.
Yeah.
And anyway, when you're at a media agency, you have to sell, right? You're selling to your clients every single day. You're selling to your managers.
Yeah.
Going to the supply side of the business, now you're selling to other clients, to other agencies, to other people, but also you had to know your product much more.
Right.
And you had to really understand how the supply side of things it works in terms of digital ads, that you had to remove the fluff, you have to really go down into the numbers so you can sell that.
Yeah.
But also when in my experience, I had to work on the publishers that we had. So at DMS, we used to represent a couple of publishers, one of the biggest local publishers in the region. So I had to really every single day go into Google Analytics and understand how are the users interacting on the website, where are they dropping off, what kind of friction exists that we need to improve. How can we grow their audience on the website? Because if you grow the audience on the website, then you can grow revenue.
Yeah.
You can get more more business.
Right, and it can get quite technical.
Very.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also you can get very creative with the
Right.
website. So based on user insights that you're seeing, you can create really like bespoke activities or activations to
Yeah.
sell to your clients based on insights that you're seeing from your audience, which I found was really cool.
Yeah. Very cool.
So it's a completely different learning, but very complementary to each other.
Right. And how is it now sitting client side, looking after, I don't know what I should call it, user experience, customer experience. Let's start by defining user experience, right?
Yeah.
For you, on Automotive, from the very beginning of a journey, of a customer journey, all the way till post-sale, right? So what does it mean for you, like a user experience? So let's say pre-sale, it's when he is receptive of an ad. So it's when he's served an ad, when the user is served an ad, his experience there, then his experience once he clicks on the ad or goes to the website, or maybe he goes to Google search first and then he goes to the website, the experience over there, and then maybe he drops, and then maybe you send him an email because you have his info, the experience over there. And then, maybe he fills up a form, and then he gets a call, right? And then there's obviously the experience over there.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe he goes to the showroom, and then there should be an experience over there, right? Which is a continuity of the journey. And then he gets in the car, maybe in the showroom, and that should also be probably linked, right? And then it doesn't stop there, obviously. Maybe he purchased the car, and then he experiences the car, he uses it, there's experience there. So
it's an infinity loop in a way.
Right.
It's never ending.
Yeah.
So from the first touch point, when it's called the trigger. So the moment the person is searching for a car, this is where you start the experience.
Okay.
The way you reach out to that person, or the way they reach out to you. So be it the website, or on social media platforms, or on search, or in articles, wherever that person might be looking.
Yeah.
This is where you start reaching out to them through personalized messaging as much as possible based on what you know from that person, where digital helps us do that. And then what you want is to get them to the website, right? The website is the number one showroom in the region. So you want them to go there to learn as much as possible, to help nurture them, drive them down the purchasing funnel. So, and at this day and age, it's all about, filling lead forms, test drive lead forms, so then we can get your details, get in touch with you, and further help you go down the purchase funnel. So the experience has to be optimized at every single touch point, and it doesn't stop there, it just continues. So then from the lead form to how quickly do we call you back, how quickly do we book the test drive, and then your experience conducting the test drive at the showroom level.
Is this what you meant in car? Or you didn't say in car?
No, I mistook the question in the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is there something called in-car experience?
Your actual driving experience.
Right. Okay. So it is like.
So you've got your digital user experience, and then you've got your driving experience.
Okay.
So
interesting. All right. And then how do you measure that?
No, you don't. No, you don't measure that the way that
you measure digital, right?
Yeah.
But maybe you could measure it through a survey, maybe,
and research.
It's very broad, though. Yeah.
But that's where your brand health metrics come in. The safety, accessibility, spaciousness, comfort, sportiness, reliability of the car, after sales, the cost. This is you need to be monitoring all these attributes consistently through research, so you can really understand where the positioning of your brand, the recognition, the key attributes, as well as your awareness levels, brand advocacy, loyalty, and from there then you pivot wherever you need, or at least you work on the perception through marketing.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know this famous expression of marketing's role, marketing's job, and I feel like there's a direct fit here with automotive. Famous expression that people use obviously across all verticals, which is marketing's job is to get the user, bring the user to the showroom.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. And then it's the sales job to close the deal, right? Is this a myth nowadays? Is it still applicable, or is it a thing of the past?
No, it's correct in a way. Like marketing gets. This is how you get traffic.
Yeah.
To the website. This is how you get traffic to the showroom. This is how you get people to test drive the car. This is how you get people wanting, or aspiring to get that car, to own that car. Sales then closes the deal in terms of tactics, cost, any kind of offering that they might have. But then marketing will then maintain that user, that customer.
Yeah.
Bring them back again, build that loyalty to then entice repurchase.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So it's like whatever happens post the user visits the showroom, it still informs marketing. There's a lot of data,
absolutely,
and that comes from post visiting, like you said, test driving experience, the information that comes out of that, to inform marketing and what works, what doesn't work. What decisions need to be made.
We try to track that as much as possible. Before the customer goes to the showroom or interacts with the car, we're trying to measure everything.
Yeah.
And then at the time of conducting test drive, we also try to get as much information.
Yeah.
Also about your experience. So what kind of driver are you? That would also help me sell you something that would fit you better.
Yeah, something that you'll never get off a Facebook segment, a Meta segment, or
absolutely.
Google in-market segment. What kind of driver are you? I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of segments you have over there.
In terms of
like driver profiles. Crazy driver.
True.
Slow drivers. Probably not those terms, but I mean maybe,
But now what's nice is the connected cars that have smartphone integration are having this kind of information in terms of the type of driver you are, and they can they show it to you, and I'd be happy to see these metrics in terms of the cornering or the speed or the average speed that I have, or the top speed that I've reached, because I'm that kind of driver,
right.
But also then if this is plugged into certain systems, databases, then targeting would be a bit more tailored.
Yeah.
But this is, private information.
I know, of course. Unless you have the consent of the user, right? For a speedy driver, maybe you want to shoot him a static ad rather than a video because he wants things on the fly. Who knows, right? But it's interesting type of data that you're able to collect, in the automotive world. And this is one of the points that I wanted to talk to you about, which is connected cars, right? And how that's sort of creating a change or a shift on, what you can know, right, about your customers, which is important for, as you said, like the loop or the infinite loop, because you want him to come back, right, to probably purchase another car, maybe renew the lease, maybe change to another car, which I find very valuable. Is there anything else in automotive sort of marketing or UX realm that you feel is also shaping the user experience besides these connected cars? I heard people talk about the sort of, I don't know how to describe it, sort of phygital experience in the showroom, like using a tablet, for example, to like maybe choose the color or explore or build or customize your car. Is this like groundbreaking, or is it's not really making a dent?
I don't think it's there yet. Like the customer expectations are like the bar is being raised when it comes to customer expectation very quickly.
Yeah.
So in terms of these things now, they're a requirement in a way.
Yeah.
If you go to the showroom and the dealer still has a pen and paper and trying to show you the car rather than integrating the digital world with the offline world,
Yeah.
even at the showroom level, this is a requirement.
Yeah.
You know, because you see one car, but you want to see maybe different variations of that car. You want to see it in the color that you prefer. You want to see it with the features that you want, and you want to see it maybe in different backgrounds. You know, how would it drive on a mountain versus on the coast versus in different styles, and the digital realm can offer you this.
Yeah.
So it needs to be this at the point of purchase or to help you make that decision.
Right.
And you've got all these touch points like a 360 view or a visualizer on the website or a car configurator.
Yeah.
But like these are right now necessities. They're no longer kind of groundbreaking.
Yeah. Yeah. I
know?
would feel very, I guess, it would be very offsetting if I go to a website and I don't find a 360. I'm not able to like look at the car from different angles, and it would be also very offsetting if it's like a mediocre quality, and I think this is a challenge. You see like big advancements when it comes to motion graphics, like NVIDIA, for example, and super high resolutions that you could bring, as part of a digital experience, but you have to be mindful also of the data that user would consume, right? And I guess setting and going through a similar experience. So it's like you have to like find a balance, I suppose, in terms of like what kind of content you can put on your website, just so that it's also not too slow.
True.
How about we go through a list of statements? Okay, and we have a discussion on whether we believe they're true or false, or maybe a little bit of both.
I like that.
Yeah? Let's start with the first one. So, electric vehicles require a completely different UX approach compared to traditional vehicles. True or false?
I say that it's false, but it's kind of true now.
Do you think like the audience is different?
Not the audience is different, but electric vehicles require the completely different approach to sell them, to introduce them into the market, and to get people to adopt them pretty quickly. And there was a strong race happening, in terms of getting people to adopt your brand's electric vehicles compared to what's happening.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of focus on advancing that user experience so far, so quickly, and especially with these electric vehicles. But later on and moving forward, it's going to be the same for any vehicle type. The user experience is going to be the same.
Yeah. I love the Audi electric model now that they launched recently, which is the e-tron.
Yeah.
I don't know how hard you need to push this one. I feel like it sells itself.
Yeah, the e-tron GT is one of the most beautiful cars, honestly.
Yeah, like you don't. I don't know how much you need to like push this, and push the user experience in order to get people to buy it. I feel like it's so pretty that it just takes one glance, I guess, and maybe a bit of convincing that you need to plug, the car into like electricity in order to charge it, and that's it. Okay, how about we go to the next statement? Automotive UX trends are driven more by customer feedback than by technological advancements. That's an interesting one. I feel like this can be true and this can be false. I think there's a lot that you learn, right, about the user experience from feedback loops, from customer experience. So you can improve customer experience using feedback.
Absolutely.
And you can improve customer experience using, let's say, I don't know, like a 360, for example,
Yeah.
a view of a car. What do you say? Which one is like more valuable?
The technology mainly.
Okay, that's
So
surprising.
be it the technology for digital touch points or the engineering also for your experience driving the car. So this is what mainly shapes it, but then it's always being enhanced and refined and prioritized based on the marketing and the feedback loops that marketing can put in place, and the research that marketing does for your target audience, for your market, your segment. This can help prioritize what kind of technologies to focus on, what kind of engineering, what kind of what to do and refine it.
Yeah.
But it's mainly what technology do you have at your disposal, what kind of engineering that you can create.
Interesting. Because I feel like the experience is so unique for each automotive brand that it's easy to stand out and not have to rely too much on customer feedback in order to improve it, because either way you are presenting a unique experience to the end user, especially if you're like a quality sort of automotive brand. I don't know if that's the right term to refer to maybe a German car versus a Japanese car, right?
Yeah.
Or like a luxury high-end, I suppose car experience. Another one, connected car technologies are now considered a standard expectation by most consumers. Can I ask you something on this one? Is the technology in the car more advanced in electric cars than regular cars? Because you see regular cars now, they have a lot of like gadgets in them. It's pretty advanced. You know, you find like a lot of advanced stuff in a normal car.
Yeah.
Right? Does it get more advanced in an electric car? Or is it the same inside?
No, this is the thing. Right now, electric cars are way more advanced than ICE cars, because they needed to get user adoption, because they needed to sell, they needed to create a different product, basically. So they changed as much as possible. They improved the experience as much as possible. There's so much features, so much tech advancement in order to get you to adopt it as quickly as possible as well, and be willing to ditch your ICE car and get a car that you need to plug into your wall and charge it. And given that we don't have the proper infrastructure in our region for electric cars, but they needed to sell that, so they were worked on in a way to be way more advanced and sexy and appealing with these features. But moving forward, whatever vehicle type that will exist in the future or continue to exist will be equal. They'll be as advanced, have the same features. Surely some differences here and there on the fundamental level, but they're going to be the same. You're going to find all the tech advancements in any vehicle type.
Right. What are some features, if you can say, that are pretty cool in an electric car, that you typically find in an electric car versus a normal car?
Yeah.
Maybe a bigger screen. I'm not sure.
No, now like any car can have
big screens. Yeah.
Us at VW, if you look at the new Tiguan that we just launched, and the massive screen size, it's actually beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's not an electric car. But one of the main features that are coming with electric cars is the connectivity. You have a
Okay.
connected car, the smartphone integration, the being able to control your car remotely, turn it on, turn the AC on, whatever it is, see all your car's telemetrics in terms of when's your next service, your battery level, all this, how fast is it charging, or how long will it take for it to end,
Yeah.
to be fully charged. This is what electric cars have right now, and I think this is one of the sexiest features.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn. I'm getting. What was the movie called? The beetle that moves has this like a life of its own.
With that girl,
Yeah. I need to I need to remember.
was it a number? Or was
Yeah.
there was a number on the beat. Never mind.
Maybe. Hang on.
Get it.
Let me search for it quickly. But I am getting. Wait, what's it called? Herbie.
Herbie.
I'm getting Herbie vibes from what you just said now.
Absolutely. Talking about Herbie,
Yeah.
then I think this is a perfect segue.
Okay.
I just got you a tiny notebook with Herbie
Let's go.
look like one of the
Car.
most iconic cars
Ever.
in the world.
Wow, thanks so much. Look at that.
Yeah,
This looks really cool. Let me just show this to the camera. Why is it? Was it called the VW 1200 or is this?
Yeah, it's 1200 cc.
That's the model. Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is the basically the Type 1,
Yeah.
first generation, and for over 65 years, the longest produced car of the same platform, and over 21 million cars sold from the same platform. So that's the
Wow.
highest in the world, and I hope your podcast and you see the same success, if not more.
Thank
than the
you so
Beetle.
much. 21 million downloads. Let's go.
Yeah.
Why not? Who knows? Who knows? I love this car. And I wonder, I don't know if you can share this information, but will we see another version of it?
I think we might actually.
I think an
There's-
electric version would
Yeah.
be like very good, very
Actually.
nice. Awesome. Yeah.
There's a lot of brands that are bringing back older generations or
Designs.
older designs or
Yeah.
products, and
Yeah.
even we saw it like with the Bronco
Yeah.
coming back to life. What was it? There was another car.
There's the Hummer EV also,
Yeah.
which is electric also now.
True.
Yeah.
So they're bringing back old icons
Yeah.
that they have in
Yeah.
a new modernized way, and I would love to see and own one.
Yeah.
If it was made.
I mean, hearing you speak about a connected car and like a smart car, right? Like this is essentially what it is, right? And thinking of Type 1 or Model 1 and Herbie, it just makes perfect sense. Because obviously there could be a future where you could, with the advancement in AI, obviously, and in AGI, which is artificial general intelligence, where the AI starts thinking of like human and independently. This could be the birth of a Herbie. Yeah.
Like the way I see it, a car always had a heart and a soul.
Yeah.
Like you turn on the ignition and you feel it come alive, right? You press the gas and you can feel the blood and the adrenaline rushing through the veins of your car and
Yeah.
through you as well as you're speeding through traffic or doing whatever it is.
Yeah.
You can feel the rumble. But now cars they have brains and
Yeah.
they're getting bigger and smarter every single day.
Right.
And now you can have, like, we used to treat our cars like our pets,
Of course. Yeah.
you have that affinity towards them, but you just treat it as a pet.
Yeah.
But now you can actually talk converse with your car.
Yeah.
Your car can help you. The car can, talk to you back. We've got
Yeah.
ChatGPT in our cars in Germany and other parts of the world.
Yeah.
It's integrated.
Nice.
And imagine like you're done with work, you had a long day, you're driving back, your car can sense the mood from the driving, can change the ambient lighting, can recommend the music to be
Oh,
played.
that's crazy.
And
Yeah.
then you can talk back. You can actually say like, hey, I had a very tough day at work. This
Yeah.
and this happened. What do you think I should have done? And then it can talk back to you and help you out in any way. It could be your best friend, your partner, your mentor, your life coach, it can
Yeah.
help you with the music, help you change a setting.
Some may think like the car is sort of losing its soul when with the electric element, I guess taking out the sound and the noise, but in fact it's actually the opposite, right? Now the cars are playing a bigger role in being present, I guess, in the experience.
True. Especially with autonomous driving,
Yeah.
if you're not going to be driving, they really need to work on your experience and what you're going to be doing in the car.
Yeah.
They're removing as many friction as possible, so everything is seamless. You don't need to, distract yourself. There was a point I wanted to say. Can you repeat the question?
So I was saying, some may say that with electric cars removing the noise and the sound, right? Because electrics are not,
Yep.
they don't emit the same sound as a car with an exhaust system, right? They're sort of removing the soul, or they're becoming less present, and this.
True, but that
This
depends.
connection that
Yeah.
a guy or a boy or a man has with the pedal and with the engine,
Yeah.
right? And
Exactly.
you want to feel the engine when you
Exactly.
press the gas. So some think that electric cars are taking that away, but in fact, with what you're saying, with maybe generative AI and the advancements, there's actually a human now in the car, right? You can talk to it. You can, maybe you can create the sound. I don't know.
It's becoming a completely different experience.
Yeah.
But it's also depends on who you're asking. So if you're asking me, I can never let go of the sound, the rumble of the engine,
Yeah.
the sound of the exhaust. I'm a traditional car guy. I'm not ready to move into electric.
Yeah.
But it's not non-comparable in a way. What you're getting now with the electric is something completely different. That is like innovation.
Yeah.
Is taking your mind
Yeah.
from the sound or the engine or anything. But also look at like Formula One and the experience of watching Formula One and the sounds. It's also changed, but there's still that passion for it. You'll still enjoy it, but now let's say you'll start focusing on different things.
Other things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. It's just different. You're right. It's like uncomparable.
Very.
This is sound, noise, mechanic, traditional, and the other thing is a little bit more on the tech side, more innovation.
What's funny is
more
some
comfort.
cars are adding the sound
Yeah,
just
right.
so you can listen to it and hear it.
Even on some, they're adding it even on some traditional cars.
Mm-hmm.
And I read somewhere that one of the previous M5 models, BMW M5 models, had like they added the sound to it. It's an option that you click, to increase the sound, which is
Boys will be boys.
Boys will be boys, right? Exactly, which is great. Let's move to another one. So marketing has a greater impact on user experience than engineering in the automotive industry, and I think you picked up on that a little bit earlier.
This is where I believe engineering has the main impact on the user experience.
Right. Yeah. The actual product, the driving experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You wanna go from fundamentally you wanna go from A to B, right? In the safest way possible. You, you know, we need to ensure that in terms of the safety of the driving experience, making it less disruptive as possible, and then you can start elevating the experience from there.
Yeah.
So engineering is extremely important in terms of providing that experience, because no matter what kind of gimmicks, what kind of personalizations, what kind of tech advancements you can have in the car, if you're driving and your car shakes, or if you have an accident and your car is totaled from a minor damage,
Yeah.
then it's worthless, and you wouldn't want to put yourself in that position. So you kind of want to tick the boxes of engineering and the building of the car. This is what we pride ourselves with at VW. And then you start optimizing, you know, through marketing, understanding what does your customer want, you know, getting these feedback loops in place to further elevate it from there. But at least the base is solid, which is the engineering.
Fair enough. Excellent answer. I can't argue with that. Okay, another one. A seamless digital experience is just as important as the physical in-car experience for customers.
You need to get the person to the car first.
Right, yeah.
So-
You have to.
So if there was disruptions in your digital experience, they're gonna go somewhere else, and you wouldn't get them to have that in-car experience that you want.
Right.
So like at VW, we say we just need to get our customer to test drive the car.
Yeah.
We just need to get them there, and then the car will sell itself.
Yeah.
And that's where we need to put the work. That's where we need to ensure that the experience is seamless to get them there.
Right. Can you like define seamless for you? I'm just curious to know from an automotive perspective.
In terms of a very smooth transition from discovery, from like discovering our product towards the conversion.
Yeah.
You know, setting up a test drive. So how the information that they can find about our product across digital, all the different platforms, our website, as they navigate the website and the different tools that we have, that is seamless. And then in terms of interacting with us, in terms of either submitting a lead or calling or WhatsApping us, that is also seamless. And it's instantaneous as well, or as much as possible, because our customers want information right away. So that journey from the moment of discovery all the way to conversion, it is smooth, seamless, no disruption, and as quick as possible.
Okay. Clear. On to another one. Personalization is a key factor in improving customer satisfaction with automotive user experience. How important is like personalization?
Personalization
Of like the
in-car experience?
So you can tell me about in-car if you like, or if you want before they hit the showroom, right?
Okay.
So I guess it's important to a certain level.
Absolutely.
You know, how do you personalize though, like the experience before? Is it based on like what kind of customer? Is it a family, or is it like a single man in his 40s?
So like right now there are technologies that, let's say you go to the website, to VW website, and you say, hey, I'm a single man in my whatever 30s, 40s, these are my interests, this is what I like to do, this is how I like to spend my weekend, this is what I do for work, and then, you know, what would you recommend for me? Or I'm a family person, I have 2 kids and we do this and that. Then it would also recommend something different for you based on what your needs are, your hobbies, your aspirations. So, and then from there, you can also elevate the experience in terms of the colors that you like, or the driving style that you have, or the features that you're interested in. So the entire website could be tailored to what you like and what you want to see. And then that would follow you across all the different digital touch points. If you're on social media, you would see relevant information.
Yeah.
If you're on the website, again, it would be tailor-made to you. And then when you go to the showroom, we try to show you, like we'll show you that we know who you are because you've interacted with us and you've shared your information with us. You know, we're not going to treat you as a new customer.
Yeah.
No, like, you know, welcome, Brahim, to the showroom. This is the car that you showed us that you like. This is the color that you like. Do you want to experience that car?
Yeah. And it's making a difference for you when you personalize your messaging and your communication.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
Because it also comes at a cost, right? It's a little bit costier, I
Yes.
guess, to personalize the comms, but it's worth it.
True.
Cool. Next one. Most customers are willing to pay extra for advanced UX features in cars.
That's true and false.
Okay,
In
I
a
guess
way.
it depends on who's buying or who's person and their budget, or
In a way that false, because right now their expectations are higher. Like they demand these features in the car
Yeah.
before they even pay extra. You know?
yeah,
But then again, yeah, they want that feature and they want even more, you know, so they are willing to pay extra. But there's expectations that you need to meet in
right.
terms of your basic offering before you charge.
Of course. So would a customer more likely get a model full option, pay extra to get the full option, to get all the features, or they would rather get the higher trim or the more expensive model for like at the basic options? You know what I mean? There's always this dilemma, and that you go to a car dealership and you find a model and you see that at the price of the model with all the features is the same price at a more high-end, more luxurious model at the basic options. And then now you're left with a dilemma. Should I get the more expensive car with less features, or the less expensive cars with most features? What are you seeing from your end? Both, maybe.
In this region and in Dubai specifically, we have everyone's going for the higher trims with, you know.
There is a lot, I feel like, of good features that come in the basic models for like the cars that come to the UAE, the GC specs cars. You know, I guess the most cars come with like very good features already.
Very highly spec'd.
Right, as opposed to other markets, maybe other countries abroad. So maybe.
This is that's the thing. Our customers and all like drivers here, they expect high. They have high expectations. They want more features for less. They'll bargain you into that. But also customer expectations, like, now I need to have this in my car. Why are you charging me more for that? But they are also willing to pay more for even more features. So it's a blurred line there.
Because when you put up an ad of a car and you put the price of the car and you say starting from, everyone expects that this includes all the features, right? And I think this is like a challenge to manage when it comes to the experience, right, of an end user.
Especially with automotive marketing, these days you have to be as transparent as possible. It's not like days before where you can just enjoy the fluff of using big words, sexy, catchy phrases, and advertise that. No, you need to be very transparent. In terms of all the elements of the car, the efficiency of the car, the price range, the features. All this information needs to be there.
If you're seeing that there's I guess unsatisfaction from customers when they're coming to the showroom, when they've seen a certain price, and they come and they don't find the car that meets their expectations at that price, then you shouldn't probably put that price up to begin with, right? You should put a price that is reflective of the image that's on the ad itself, because that happens a lot, right?
Yeah.
You put the image of a car which is the highest trim maybe, and has all the specs and has all the nice, shiny rims on it and all that. But the price is for the one that doesn't have the rims. It has like the smaller, I guess, wheels.
Well, that's advertising, right?
It is,
You hook them with the sexiest imagery, and you give them the lowest price
point,
at least, where it starts from.
Right.
And does create a disconnect with people.
Yeah.
But
and then once they're in the showroom, you just manage their expectations.
True.
Okay. That's interesting, but I really like your point on transparency, and I really feel like I've seen and spoken to a lot of people in the industry from different verticals, and I keep hearing that a lot. Like transparency is becoming a sort of expectations from customers. Let's move to another one. Older generations of drivers adapt to new automotive features or UX features just as quickly as younger ones.
False, but they are getting faster. The rate of adaptation is quickening compared to before.
Yeah. Is marketing playing a role there, or is it also like the driving experience or the word of mouth, or?
I think it's just the consumer behavior.
Yeah.
It's more to have to do with consumer behavior and the changes there and the adoption of new technologies and fluency in them as well. So that is changing, that is quickening, but the newer generations are always one step ahead.
Right. Yeah. It's like social media. Like maybe 10 years ago, I would never imagine, someone in his 60s, holding his phone, doom scrolling on Instagram or on YouTube. But nowadays you see that
they're uploading even more than us.
No, they're all over the place, and they're like, sharing on WhatsApp like links, and you're right. Like they're adapting. Okay, we have a few more. This one I'd love to get your input on. Marketing teams have little influence over the design process of in-car technology.
False.
False?
Yeah.
Tell me more.
In a way, to me, the way I see it, it's you've got marketing, then design process, then marketing again, and then back to design. So marketing is vast and wide, and marketing is going out to the market, understanding who your target audience is, understanding what they want, what they like, understanding what your competition's offering, and what your market requires. Mm-hmm. And then that feeds into design. And then you market those features and these advancements. And then through proper feedback loops, you get feedback from your customers that helps and goes back to design again. So it's just an ongoing process that I believe should start with marketing.
The way you put it now, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just conscious of time, so I'm going to pick a couple more, but that I feel are good. Augmented reality.
Okay.
Will play a significant role in automotive user experience in the next 5 years.
There is like the how to say it? Like right now, the element of augmented reality that you have in your car is the heads-up display.
Yeah.
Right? When you're driving down the road, but you can see a small icon that says how fast you're going or which lane right on your windshield without having to remove your eyes.
Right.
So that means there is room to progress without making it intrusive, without distracting you. maybe signals that you actually need to watch out for, maybe a certain crash or something on the road that could be highlighted on your windshield in red, so you can actually spot it easier. So it can easily go there, but it's always a fine line when it comes to automotive, because you need to ensure safety of the driver first.
Yeah.
So it's not like something that you can bring back home, enjoy, test. Does it work for you? Does it not? You just throw it. No, you need to ensure this does not disrupt the safety and the driving experience, and then you elevate it from there. But surely, there is a way for it. There's a road for it, basically.
Yeah. I understand like the amount of tests that need to be done, right, to make sure that this is
Exactly.
distracting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I can see like something red coming out on the screen being distracting, but at the same time, if it's for the right reasons, something that's dangerous, it would be very useful. And I was thinking also about, like, for example, if people start wearing these Ray-Bans, that Meta are developing, right, which are sort of giving you this also augmented reality experience or mixed reality experience. How would that play out, if someone's driving, and wearing these?
Actually,
that's
a good point.
That could be interesting. And there could be also maybe an integration, between the glasses and the car, right? Where instead of seeing the info on the windshield, you see it in the glasses, right? But yeah, I'm interested to know how this is going to be developed. Okay. Next one. Voice interfaces are replacing touch interfaces as the primary method of interaction in cars. I've never used the voice assistant in a car. I mean, that's me. I know it's not reflective, right, of what's happening on the ground.
Or you haven't yet.
Or I haven't yet.
Yeah.
There you go. You just give me the answer now.
Mm-hmm.
So is it being utilized?
Yes, but just like any new technology, as it gets better, the adoption will increase. There's always friction in the beginning.
Yeah.
But it is the way forward, because like, in a way, in the beginning, everything was buttons and dials, right? And that was perfect. Then it moved into, touch, like a screen kind of touching. But then that required you to focus on where you're touching.
Still, yeah.
So that actually started distracting you, even though it looked more fancy, looked more technological, more updated. But so now they're adding back, buttons, just because let's say with the dial, I can keep on driving and I can change the volume.
Yeah, you can use like the sense of
exactly.
the feel,
exactly.
to know what you're. Yeah.
So you don't get distracted. So the natural progression, especially with the advancement of voice assistants, is to utilize that.
Interesting. Cool. So I want us to close on 2 points that I'd like you to develop on. The first one is, what key skills should marketeers and user experience professionals focus on in the automotive industry?
Was a no-brainer, digital marketing. Second is data and analytics.
Yeah.
Really being able to have a passion to want to read data, want to generate insights out of data, putting feedback loops to give you back even more data and enrich your data, and having the fluency to make something out of them, out of these big numbers. This is very important. And CRM as a tool, as a software, but also as design thinking to improve on the relationship that you have with the customers, and what things can you put in place to actually elevate it. What are things that you can put in place that would give you feedback, have that kind of empathy, that kind of thinking, putting yourself in their shoes, when you put these together, the digital marketing, understanding data, and a keen eye on CRM. These are the building blocks of of
the skills that you
Yeah.
need. Okay, very good. And the second one is, what are some of the biggest lessons you've learned in your career? No pressure.
no. Actually, I love that question
Yeah.
because if I can, lessons are subjective. They're for you, but surely when you pass it on to someone, they can pick it up without it being a lesson for them.
Right.
The first lesson I got was always invest in your personal brand.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean go and start up your own company and do that. No, it's how you show up every day to whatever thing you're doing. Be it you going to office, the way you meet with your clients, the way you present your work, what you do outside of work. How do you present yourself is always being portrayed.
Mhm.
People are getting that perception. So you either choose to do it consciously, actively, know what you're doing to bridge the gap between who you think you are and people's perception of you, or you just let it flow and hope for the best, and that just kind of sets you back, maybe like 2 steps forward, 1 step backwards, because you're not really conscious of who it is that you're putting out there. How do you show up to work? How do you show up outside with your friends, in your relationship and everything? So, have a focus on your personal brand and who you're projecting out into the world.
I like that.
The
Yeah.
second lesson is be humble enough to know your product.
Mhm.
And being an agency and working on so many different clients and then going to supplier side and also having to approach so many different clients, sometimes you need to do with just the bare minimum. You just need to understand the business just a bit so you can tailor make a proposal or to market certain aspects. But you really need to be humble enough to know everything about your product. It's where you're confident enough in your product, but you're humble enough to acknowledge the imperfection
Mhm.
and strive for improvement and refinement. So, going and working at VW, I had to dive deep into Volkswagen.
Yeah.
Not just marketing, not just bringing what I know about marketing and putting them to work. No, I needed to go back and understand the car
Yeah.
and the different cars and the brand.
Yeah.
Where does it come from and why VW? What is this about German engineering? And then build on that from there and build my knowledge to help me with the job that I'm doing.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like that. I really like the concept of being confident in your product, yet humble in embracing
Yeah.
the imperfections, right? The challenges, so that when you go to market or when you show up, you are able to do it in a genuine
Yeah.
way,
100%.
right? With full transparency.
That's the only way for you to improve. Because if you were just blinded by your product, you wouldn't improve because you think that's it.
Yeah.
But when you know that there might be some imperfections and you're open to learn about them, that means you're open to improve on them.
Yeah. Very cool. Thanks a lot, Sary, for coming today.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, it was a really fun and insightful session. Thank you.
I'm glad. Thanks for having me, and I look forward to watching this
Yeah.
later and the episodes that you're continuously putting out
Yeah.
below the fold. I like that.
Thank you, Sary. Bye-bye.
Bye.